Hi guys, in this video we'll provide you with all necessary information about how a modern fullback should play. We analyze such players as Zinchenko, Walker, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Vitaliy Mykolenko to give everything you need, from defense to attack. Watch till the end to get maximum of it. Subscribe if you want to become the best on the pitch, and let's get started. The modern fullback is a wide defender in a backline of 4, who as well as defending the wide areas is also responsible for joining attacks and creating chances. Let's start from defensive skills. Usually fullbacks play against pacy wingers like Sterling, Mbappe and many others, so it's essential for the defender to take right position on the pitch, not to let the winger overtake you. Look at Walker. He sees that Van Dijk is preparing long pass to his partner. Kyle makes few steps back to have an advantage. As a result, Walker prevented a pass with his move. And similar episode. Mykolenko was ready to that long ball and started a run a little bit earlier, which helped him to be first on the ball. As a fullback, you should always control distance between you and central defender, not to allow that through passing between you. Here is an example of how you should take the position if the ball is on the opposite side. Cancelo stays a little bit higher than other defenders to prevent that pass on Salah. Look how he constantly controls both Muhammad and the ball. Sometimes when opponent's team goes into counter-attack and have numerical advantage, you should have an ability to find most important priority. Look at this situation. Tottenham has 5 attacking players against 3 Everton's defender. Instead of controlling the player at the far post, Mika quickly decides to cover Richarlison as he is in the most dangerous position. You should constantly think on the pitch and try to read your opponent's next step. In this episode, Vitaliy decides not to play till the end with his player. Instead of it, he starts his run to cover depths as he noticed the intention of Luton's 7th number to go into it. Here, while covering his opponent, Mykolenko also checks his back and tries to take proper position to block that pass. As a defender, sometimes you will be in situations where you are alone against 2 attackers. In such episodes, you should stay calm, slowly approach the player with a ball and simultaneously control the other player to block the passing line to him. When you see that forward is going to shoot, try to minimize distance between you as soon as possible. Another example on the wing but idea is the same. Control the player without the ball, but in the last moment change direction and attack the player with the ball. In 1v1 situations, you should close down the space and be 1 or 2 steps away from the attacker. If you are too far away, that gives them time to get their head up and look around. Get close to force their head down. Be patient and don't dive in. The best attackers want you to dive in on them because they will just touch it around you and go. So we want to jockey them. Force the attacker onto their weak foot or to the side. Be on your toes. Don't be back on your heels. Keep your feet moving. Don't stand like a statue. Keep your eye on the ball. Don't look at the attacker's feet, hips or shoulders. Focus on the ball. Win the ball with confidence when the time is right. In addition to tactical skills, a modern fullback must be athletic. You should be proactive. Try to intercept the ball even before your opponent will control it. If you didn't have time to play ahead, you should stay tight with your player. Give him no space and no time to think. Direct him from your gates. Modern fullbacks have to be extremely fit and hardworking, willing and able to chase back after a loss of possession or protect the areas outside the center backs. They need to cover long distance to chase the ball down after an opposition switch of play. The modern fullback also has to be agile, fast and smart with their defensive positioning, and therefore able to defend effectively in one-on-one situations. Let's move on to in-possession responsibilities of a modern fullback. In build-up phase, if opponent's team plays tight in the central zone, fullbacks should provide width to widen space in the center. But if the opponent is already pressing you on the wing, it will be proper to go inside and propose yourself there, as it will be more space. Sometimes coaches decide to add another body in central midfield, usually in an attempt to overload the opposition in this part of the pitch. It's where inverted fullbacks come. Naturally, they are involved in lots of short passing. They must have the vision and tactical ability to play in crowded central areas. One of the best examples of this season is Olexander Zinchenko. Look at this episode. Then he goes inside to ask for the ball. Do you notice how Crystal Palace players don't know what to do with him? If the right winger comes closer, he will leave huge zone on the right. Central midfielder also don't risk to leave their positions. So using this indecisiveness, Zinchenko breaks opposition's pressing. Here Olexander actively enters space, taking an attention of 4 players and passes an absolutely free Havertz. However, you should constantly evaluate situation on the field and take the best position. For example, in this situation there is too much Liverpool players in the center, so there is no need to go inside and better to play wide. Inverted fullbacks have to create forward passing angles for the players in the backline, then receive the ball and progress play forwards. They should have positional awareness and the ability to make forward passes or dribbles to break lines. They must also be able to switch play to the opposite side of the pitch. It's essential for a modern fullback to scan the field before receiving the ball. Look how Zini scans twice before he gets the ball, which allows him to evaluate situation and take the best decision fast. And here is an example of a lack of awareness. Mika fully concentrated on the ball and doesn't see his partner at the left, which causes the ball loss. Here is the opposite when Vitaliy scans before receiving the ball. Simply breaks all Wolves' intentions. Also look at Alexander-Arnold scanning and how faster it allows him to play. Modern fullbacks also actively involved in ball progression. You should be able to find options in depth, like in this situation Miko finds McNeil. Fullbacks also have to provide their team's width in attack, with wingers often taking up more narrow positions. After getting into attacking areas, it is the fullback's job to provide crosses, cutbacks, through balls into wide areas, or to run onto through balls. Look at Walker. When Rodri is going to switch the side, Kyle immediately starts his run into opponent's box, avoids offside and makes perfect assist. If your role is to play as an inverted fullback, you should try to find pockets of space in opponent's defensive lines. In this situation, Zinchenko sees that Crystal Palace defender goes out of the line, leaving space behind, and he immediately uses it with through pass to Trossard. Again, similar situation. Defender goes out of his position and Zini immediately uses it to make a through pass. You should play with raised head, constantly evaluating situations and searching for options. As a fullback, you have to help your winger create 2 versus 1 opportunities near opponent's box. Look at Arnold and Salah. Trent goes into open space. Muhammad takes an attention of the defender, quick pass, and Liverpool's fullback is on a perfect position to make a cross. Here is another example with Zinchenko and Martinelli. Create 2 versus 1 opportunity and progress with dangerous cross. Again, great situation with Trent. After interception, he doesn't stop. He immediately switches to attack and make a good cross to Gakpo. However, you should not overlap every time. Here is 2 City players on Muhammad, so there is no need to go there, because you will not make a numerical advantage there. Instead, Arnold finds space in the central zone, and after receiving a ball, perfectly puts it into the corner. In Liverpool's 4-3-3, under Jurgen Klopp, Alexander-Arnold provides world-class crossing from a variety of positions. He has brilliant technique and can vary his crosses depending on his position to pick out a specific teammate with devastating accuracy. The speed at which he releases the ball is crucial. He puts balls in quickly, often on his first or second touch, without sacrificing quality and accuracy. His crosses particularly test defenders when they are moving toward their own goal, and there is space between the defender and their goalkeeper. Alexander-Arnold aims for this space and Liverpool's attackers make runs into the gap. Write in comments who is the best fullback in the world right now in your opinion. Especially recommend you to watch our video about center mids, which will be very helpful for each position. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you want to play smart and be the best on the pitch.